Go in your room. Your room. Go. Your room. All these treats are coming from. I like being in here. And you want to open the crate. Hey guys, it's Mo the dog trainer, and today I want to talk about crate training. How to crate train your dog, how to get your dog to like his crate, how to get your dog to get used to going in his crate. So I'm going to be using my friend here, Jinx, and he's going to help me to show you how you can teach your puppy or your dog how to enjoy going in his crate. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have some yummy treats. I have some of his food kibble, and I have pieces of turkey, natural turkey. It's a dog treat, chopped it up, and I have some in here. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna invite Jinx to come over here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be placing some treats next to the crate at first. If your dog is shy about being in the crate or getting close to the crate or just looking at it and say, what is that, a spaceship or something? What you want to do is you want to throw treats on the ground and let your dog eat the treats close by. So I'm going to show you that right now with Jinx. So here I have Jinx, and I have treats in my hand, and he knows what I have. He's had the turkey before. So if your dog is shy about being in the crate and he doesn't want to go inside, as you can see, what I've done here, I've removed the top part of the cage of the crate, because if your dog never been in the crate, he's probably not gonna go in it if it's enclosed. So basically what I've done is I made it visible, easier for the dog to go inside. So normally what I'll do is I'll feed the dog here. Hey buddy. And then I'll give the food there, just so he's being rewarded for being close to the crate. And then eventually I'll put one by the gate. I'll throw some inside here, and hopefully he steps in there and grabs those treats, right? The point of doing this with treats is you're associating food with the crate. You're associating something scary with something yummy, right? The crate is scary for your dog, and you want to associate the crate with something yummy. He laid down. Obviously, I've been working with him today. He didn't want to get in there at first. He thought, what the heck is this? I took the top off, like I said. I took the door off, and I tried to make it more comfortable for him, and he still didn't want to go in there. So I gave him a little break. I took him for a little walk. I came back, I reset it, and I started practicing again. I'm not giving up. So if he's laying down, what you want to do is you want to just feed him there, right? This is his regular kibble that I'm feeding him. And you want to feed his food there. So what you also want to do is, let's say you're at home and your dog is roaming around the house. What you want to do is, if you have a crate set up somewhere in your house, leave the gate open, put some yummy treats inside, and just walk away, right? Eventually your dog is going to smell it, and he's going to be like, I wonder what's that smell? And he's probably going to go inside voluntarily, eat those treats, and probably just step out. Or he might just feel comfortable and just lay down. But that's what you want to do. You want to just hide treats in the crate. If you want to feed your dog food inside his crate, his meals, what you do is you prepare his meal and you put it at the back of the cage, at the end, if he's going in there comfortable. If he's not going in there comfortable, what you want to do is maybe you want to sit the football here or here next to the crate at first, so he can associate the crate with something good, with food. and then eventually your dog is going to start getting used to going inside, in and out, and eventually you're going to be able to put the top back on. This I recommend for you to work on it maybe a week, 2 weeks. It depends. It might take you a month for your dog to feel comfortable, and then what you want to do is you want to add a cue for your dog to go inside. So the next step would be, let's say your dog is already comfortable in going inside his crate. See, he's going in voluntarily, there's no food in there. I guess he's starting to like being in there. So what you want to do is, if your dog likes going in his crate, what you want to do is you want to add a cue, right? You want to say, go to your bed, go to your room. I consider this a room. And basically you tell your dog to go to his room, and I can show you. Come here, buddy. What you want to do is you want to say, Jinx, go to your room. And then you want to reward, right? Now, if you say go to your room and he stops, what you want to do is you say you go to your room and you toss a treat in there, and then eventually he'll follow the treat. Go to your room, toss the treat. Go to your room, toss the treat. And eventually you'll say go to your room, you won't toss the treat. The dog will go in, and then you toss the treat after. And eventually when you say go to your room, your dog is going to run into his crate because he's going to think there's something good, yummy in there, or he just wants to relax. That's his den, that's his room. Obviously he feels comfortable. There's walls around, and eventually when he gets used to when I put the top on, he's even going to feel safer in there because there's walls around and there's blocking his area. He's not in an open area. And eventually your dog will just get used to it. So now we added the top of the crate, and I left the door off because we're doing this in baby steps. Remember, we started with no top. Now we added the top. Now to the dog, this looks different. This looks like a different place, even though to us it's the same place. We just added the top. They don't know that. They don't think like we do. So I have to convince them that this is still the same place. This is still where he get his goodies, and this is still his room. So we're gonna see if Jinx wants to go inside his room. Boy. Come on. Jinx, come on. Go. Inside, good boy. Good boy. So normally it's not this easy to get the dog to go in there, to generalize the top of the crate with how it was when he first went in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm really gonna reward him because he literally just went in there. And like I said, dogs don't generalize well. They don't think like us. And I'm just rewarding. This door, it might has to stay off for a day or two, a week, a month. Just depends on the dog. You don't want to put the door and shut your dog in and make him seem like he's locked in there and there's no way out. You want him to feel that he can go in and out, and then when he gets so comfortable in there that he likes being in there because there's always something yummy in there. He always finds something when he's in the bedroom and you sneak up and put a treat in there. When he comes around and sniffs it, he always finds something good in there. So you see how he's laying down, so he feels comfortable. If he wasn't comfortable, trust me, he's gonna get out. Dogs react. Either they're gonna be in there or they're not. Either they're gonna try to get out or they're gonna, get comfortable and stay there. And then if he stays in there, what you want to do is you just want to walk around the house, and maybe he comes out. Jinx, go to your room. Come on, go to your room. Go to your room. Come on, Jinx, go to your room. Go to your room. Go. Good boy. Go to your room. And the same thing, you introduce the word, go to your room. And he's probably gonna either come out or lay down or whatever he wants to do. He's okay. I'm okay with that because he's learning. And your dog might want to lay down. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll get a Kong and I'll put peanut butter in there, And what I'll do at first, if I don't take this off, if the dog loves peanut butter in the Kong, what I'll do is I'll put the Kong inside, I'll lock the gate, and then I'll have the dog outside sniffing inside because he wants to get the crate, but he can't because the gate, the barrier, is blocking it. So that's gonna make him want to be in there. So what I'll do is after the dog wants to go in there, I'll open the crate and he'll probably jump in there. But sometimes that doesn't work. Sometimes you got to do it this way. Okay. So we got the top on. Now we have the door on. Now let's see if Jinx wants to participate with us and get in there. Come here, buddy. Come here. Go in your room. Your room. Go. Your room. Go in your room. Come on, Jinx. Come on. In your room. In your room. So he's looking at the door because that wasn't there before. Come on. In your room. Go. In your room. So this is what I mean when dogs don't generalize well. Before the door wasn't there, so now it looks different. And like I said, you don't want to shut the door in the beginning. I'm just going to keep tossing treats in there. And when you're practicing this crate training, you want to try to give them treats inside, not outside, because the whole point of training is you want him to like being in there, right? He doesn't want his regular kibble, so I'm going to give him some turkey. And then obviously, like I said, you want to work with the door open for a day or two, a week, a month, depending on your dog. And then what you want to do is you want to introduce the door, close it, and then open it. You see how he's looking like what's going on? Then you open it, you give him a treat, you close it again, you give him a treat, you close it again, you give him a treat. You don't want the dog to start whining right off the back because that's going to be bad. Give him a treat, and you might have to work again. I'm going to keep repeating this. You might have to work on this door thing for a couple days without shutting the dog in. You don't want to shut the dog in unless he's comfortable, unless he loves his crate, right? This video is just for training purposes. Just picture that I've been working with Jinx for weeks on this, right? And I'm not gonna lock him in. This is just for training purposes. So he lay down, give him a treat, and then what you want to do is after he gets used to the door being shut and he's comfortable and he's not nervous or anxious, you're gonna lock it in, right? And then what you want to do is you want to toss some treats through the side. So he's like, wait a minute, where all these treats are coming from? I like being in here. And you want to open the crate and just let him eat his treats and let him come out on his own. Just be careful with the door because sometimes these doors tend to close and scare the dog, and then you're in trouble. You have to start all over. You're free. So after weeks and months and days of working with your dog with the crate, hopefully he enjoys being in there because he's always being rewarded in there. Never force your dog in the crate. Never do this training in a rush because it's not going to work. The moment your dog associates something negative with this crate, you're going to have problems. You're going to have to start all over. You're going to have to start from the beginning. You're going to have to take this off. You're going to have to take the door off. So you want to introduce the dog, the crate, to the dog in a positive manner. I've seen a lot of people, I get a lot of calls from people, from dog owners, saying every time I lock my dog in the crate, he cries. It's because he had a bad introduction on the crate. They put him in there, they didn't know, and I understand they didn't know. They thought they had to lock the gate, and then the dog starts barking or whining or crying. And guess what? Guess what they do next? The dog starts whining, they open the gate because they're tired of hearing the dog whine. The neighbors next door are complaining and they let the dog out. Now the dog learns that when he whines, the door comes open. So if you don't have neighbors that are going to call the police on you because your dog is whining, or maybe you can go talk to them and be like, hey, listen, I'm training my dog to like his crate. What you want to do is, after you do the process, or if you don't have the time to do all these steps and you shut the dog in, just make sure that you do not open that gate if the dog is whining, if the dog is barking, unless you know that the dog has to use the bathroom or something, an emergency. But if you know that he's just whining and barking just because he wants to get out, just ignore him until he's quiet, and then after he's quiet, let him out, reward him. He's quiet, reward him. Then he'll learn that when he's quiet in the crate, he comes out. Eventually he's going to learn to love his crate. Like I said, this is going to be his room. He's going to love it. Make sure you give him everything that's positive inside his crate. Kong filled with peanut butter, food, his water, and whatever you can think about that is fun to your dog. I thank you for watching, and I hope this video works. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel.